Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Diego Abregu with the Abregu Real Estate Group and Keller Realty. And today I wanted to speak on the topic of, is it a good time to buy right now in a seller's market? I know this is a question that has been floating around for people who are in the market. A lot of people are saying, I'm going to wait till next year. I'm going to wait until it's a buyer's market. And I just kind of want to give you some insight, give you some perspective to help you make a better decision, right? So first, what is a seller's market? That as a buyer kind of sounds intimidating, like it's a seller's market. Maybe I should not be involved in real estate unless I'm selling my home. Now, what you want to understand is in real estate, prices are heavily driven by supply and demand. And what a lot of people don't know is that it's been a seller's market for the last several years, 5 to 10 years in this Northern Virginia DMV area, if not longer than that. And with all that being said, we have to understand that demand is up for a specific reason, right? There's two major reasons that I feel have really pushed the envelope for buyers to really try to lock in real estate. One, and the most obvious reason, is the low interest rates, the historically low interest rates, where people are borrowing money at historically low rates, where a lot of people are saying it's free money, right? You're really paying close to nothing in interest. People locking in under 3%. I've had people with VA loans lock in 2.3%. And even though they're not that low anymore, they're still hovering under 3% and right around 3%, which is great. Now, with all of that taken into consideration, you also want to understand that there's always opportunity in every market. So if you're sitting around waiting to buy, you're like, I'm going to wait until it's a different market. Well, you have to live somewhere. That's just a fact. You have to live somewhere. Unless you're living with your parents and you're okay with that situation, that's a potential route to go. I still feel it's better to actually invest in real estate and maybe house hack, aka get roommates and help them pay your mortgage if you're okay with that kind of living situation, because you're building equity. You're building a financial cushion, right? So 5 years, 10 years, 15 years down the line, that may seem like a long time, you're going to profit, because the way that society has almost changed, we almost are putting more importance in having a nice home, right? The demand for townhomes with spacious backyards and just spacious rooms and single family homes have skyrocketed, while condos and more prime locations, like for work and people who live in the city with traffic and stuff like that, have actually gone down because a lot of people are working remote. So a lot of people appreciate the fact that you can own real estate, you can own your land, and you can control that, right? Opposed to something like a stock market where it's very volatile and it seems like prices are shifting based on public figures' tweets and things of that nature. So with real estate, it's very supply and demand driven. People are like, when are prices going to drop? Truth be told, we don't know, because you have to understand, especially in the DMV specifically, the population is growing and there isn't more homes being built. So what does that mean? Prices have to go up because these people need places to live. And what else goes up? Rental rates. We've been seeing rental rates jump from, like for example, we had a house that was up for rent that was listed at $2,500 a rent. And when we tried to apply, like my clients, I always inquire before we actually send in an application. We find out that other people are paying $200 to $300 more in rent because they want to lock in a 3-year lease and be comfortable where they live, right? So rental rates are going up while homeowners have locked in fixed mortgage payments. That is the beauty of real estate, right? Even if you're not cash flowing, everyone's so crazy about cash flow. Wow, that is amazing if you can cash flow. If you can have someone to cover your entire mortgage, I want you to think about that. That is an entire investment paid for you by someone else every single month. Yes, there's pros and cons to being a landlord and being a real estate investor, but I believe the pros definitely outweigh the cons. Obviously, you have tenants to maintain and property upkeep and maintenance costs and things of that nature. But again, I've seen a lot of young people who've owned real estate for say 5 or more years, or even less than that, profiting 6 figures by selling their homes. And what are they doing? They're buying another home with very low interest rates, have enough money for the down payments, have enough money for closing costs because they sold their home and now they're in a bigger home for their family in a great school district with more space. And then the cycle continues. They continue to build more equity. And for someone who's in a position to even hold on to that property, now you're building real financial generational wealth where you have a property that you're consistently building equity. You're not even living in there anymore. You're at another house and you have other tenants covering your rent. So there's just so many benefits. And I always say there's always opportunity in any market, especially for a long-term investor. That's what you want to, focus on, right? There's always going to be a trade-off, whether it's prices, interest rates, whatever it is. Even with inflation, not to get into too much economics, but even with inflation being a major topic in the US economy, with all of the stimulus money, people feel that, home prices are even validated because the prices of everything are going up. So the fact that, again, you can lock in a low monthly payment where you can pay off your loan much faster because, again, you're not paying as much interest, especially with extra payments, you're just in a real golden position. So I hope that gives you a general perspective of how I feel about it, right? The answer is obviously yes. I believe it is a great time to buy. I'm personally buying a home right now too. So put your money where your mouth is, right? Like, what do you really believe in? This is what I believe. I believe in this real estate market. I believe in this area. I believe in the power of long-term investing, of locking in a low interest rate, locking in a monthly payment that you're comfortable with, and building generational wealth. So 5, 10, 15 years down the line, this will be my second property. I plan to buy another property in the next, another 1 to 2 properties in the next 6 to 12 months or so, more on the investment side. And then I'm building up real equity and real wealth for my family, right? Because again, 15, 20, 25 years down the line, it seems so far out to us. I expect all my homes to be paid off, right? And that's over $1 million, especially if prices continue to go up in profit that I'll have, right? So it's just something for you to think about as a buyer, someone who's thinking about what am I going to do with my next move. When you buy real estate, you're not necessarily focused on prices going up and down. Once you have that monthly payment, you have a home you love, you're building slowly, but you're surely building wealth for yourself and your family, all right? So I hope this video was helpful. I rambled on it. I vented and ranted a little bit, but it should give you some perspective and hopefully some value, all right? Rents are going up, so lock in your payment, own your house, own your home, and build equity, all right? So if you have any questions at all, feel free to shoot me a message, give me a call, contact me however you can. I'm always happy to help, all right? Diego Abregu with the Abregu Real Estate Group signing off.